Hey, folks, this is Lonzo, the godfather of West Coast hip hop and the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce. And for the last 6, 7 months, I've been having a ball reacquainting myself with the city of Compton. And as I go around through the city, City Hall, the school district, and re- recently I stopped in Compton College, and it was Martin Luther King's birthday. I had a great experience for the first time. Compton College held a MLK birthday event, a breakfast. It was a great event, well attended. While I was there, I met a young man and took a tour of the college with Dr. Curry. But I met this young man, and I was listening to him speak, and he was telling me about what he's been dealing with, what he's going through, what he does at Compton College. I had to bring him on the show, introduce him to you, the people of Compton and the surrounding area. Welcome to the show, my guest for the day, Antonio Banks. How you doing, sir?
Hey, what's going on, boss? How we doing today, man?
I'm sorry, Dr. Antonio Banks. There you go.
It's all good, man. Antonio is just fine, man. How you doing?
I can't complain, man. I'm glad you're feeling better. I know you was going through things last week.
Most definitely.
Was it a
Most
COVID?
definitely. No, it wasn't COVID, but it was the flu. It got to me. I think shaking hands and things like that at the breakfast might have got to me, but I'm happy to be back doing the work, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I know you're glad it was just the flu, man. Because used to be a time, boy, brother started sneezing. Oh, he got COVID. He gonna die.
Hey, it's been crazy around here these last couple of years, man. So I was blessed that was all it was, for sure, for sure.
Speaking of COVID,
Yeah,
you work at Compton College.
yes, sir.
Is the school fully open? Students on campus. Are we back 100% in class now? Or are we still doing virtual?
We're doing hybrid, right? So there's a mix of both. So there's some in-person classes, but there's also purely online opportunities, and then some classes that are considered hybrid. So essentially, they have some sessions where they're in person and some where they do offline or at home. So it's a little bit of mix of everything right now. I think the further we get into it, the more Dr. Curry is trying to bring more people back to campus. But we've also seen a lot of students kind of start to kind of shift school to fit around their life versus the other way around. So we'll always have some of those online options moving forward as well.
Sound like a winner, Doc. It's funny. We're doing the show today about Compton College.
Yeah.
And here I was at a grocery outlet on Central and Rosecrans. And the young lady said was talking to the cashier. She said, "I got me a card from a Compton College. Can I use it? Blah blah blah." And I said, "Oh, you go to Compton College?" She says, "Yeah." So I didn't tell her who I was, what I was trying to do. How you like going to school over there? I like it. It's really nice. And then for some reason, she asked me my name. And her mama, I know her mama.
Okay. Okay. Connected.
I said, "Okay." I said, "Well," I said, "I'm doing a podcast on Compton College. I'm gonna tell my man, Mr. Dr. Banks, that you enjoy going to Compton College." And her name was Tanisha, something to that effect. Anyway, she spoke very highly of the school, man. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that Compton is on the uprise again.
Most definitely, man. Dr. Curry has been on the forefront of really trying to change things around here, since he accepted presidency and things like that about 12 years ago. They went through a period where they had lost their accreditation. And man, it's not easy to get an accreditation back, right? And he was a visionary that really took that task. For some it might be unattainable, right? But just his determination, right? His love for the city of Compton, his love for education, his love for the people in the city of Compton, right? Really was a driving force, and I'm just honored to be a part of his vision on trying to bring things back to life for the college.
Man, he took me for a tour of the college, dude. And I
Okay.
was totally impressed with everything I saw. The new building, look like you in the new building right now.
Oh no, this is the library. So we're not
Okay.
even yet. I'll be moving, but yeah, we have so many new buildings that are opening up. We have a new student services building, which is going to be like the hub of student life, right? So when students are in downtime from classes, that's the space where they can be able to kick it and just kind of decompress. With our center, the Black and Males of Color Success Center, that'll be a place where our students can do that decompression and that connection to one another related around, cultural things related to being a Black student or a male of color. Um, but yeah, we got that building opening up. We just have the instructional building open up, the allied health building. We have another instructional building opening up. We have the PE complex, which is going to be online shortly. And then we have one of the very few community college residential halls that Dr. Curry is going to be opening too. So he got a bond to do basically a dorm on campus, man.
Right,
And
right.
that's big at a community college. That doesn't,
You moved
yeah,
to college, man. That's
yeah,
huge. That is
yeah.
huge. When he told me that, I was blown away. He said also there's a movie entertainment department coming in or something like that. Sponsored by Mac Mac and
By Apple, by
Apple.
Apple. Yeah, we have an Apple Lab coming in, man. So this is all really just on the back of his partnerships, right? I mean, you connected with him, so he be moving and shaking, on behalf of the college, So all those partnerships and all that groundwork that he's been laying is really going to come into fruition for the school in the next, I think in the next 10 years. Compton, will be one of those premier community colleges here and ready to serve the community of Compton for sure.
And you know what's amazing? He's a young man. That's the part.
Yeah,
He's a young dude. I didn't realize how he was that young. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
he told me his age. I'm like, wow, you've been doing this for 12 years. You done all this for 12 years. They gonna get their money worth out of your ass.
Yeah, yeah, man. His story. I'm not sure if you had him on here before, but his
Oh, not
story.
yet, not yet. We can get him though. Go ahead.
Okay, how he got to where he is, man, is not a common story, or not really a common kind of trajectory towards presidency, right? But he definitely rose to the occasion, and he's really put his foot into this. And I've worked at a lot of community colleges and just colleges in general, and I think that he is one of those folks, man. He actually just came out in a Forbes article yesterday,
Okay.
Dr. Sean Harper. So he was rated as one of the top 10 Black higher education CEOs in the nation.
Okay.
So that's really just a testament to his vision and his transformative thought process as it pertains to higher education for sure.
When I walked on the campus, I almost didn't recognize him. Where the parking lot is, where all that construction, where those old buildings are, that's all gone.
Yeah,
There's still some recognizable buildings, but between the math, the math building, the little theater, and the new student services building, Compton College is evolving like nobody's business, man. It's
yeah.
good to see. It really is. It really is.
Yeah, and it's I think one of the big things right now is getting more people in the community to, one, know that we open, right? We here and we ready to serve, but just starting to drive students back to the campus. There's for one reason or another, there's different perceptions about the college out there. But if you connect with any of the people that work here, they're all here ready to serve the students and ready to get them connected. Where I said in my department, we're really focused on receiving Black students as well as males of color, right, and making sure that their experience here is one of the highest quality, right, and making sure that they get to their goals. But there's different programs all around the school that are here to receive students, and there's so much assistance, like in getting through, especially like financial assistance. I have a couple of students that they don't pay for anything, man, when it comes to tuition, when it comes to books, when it comes to just some pocket change to do things that they need to do to maneuver around and things like that. Gas cards, grocery cards, like the list is endless of the resources that Dr. Curry has pulled into the school. It's just a matter of getting more students here, and getting them through.
At one point, a good friend of mine that works at the school was Dr. Joseph Lewis.
Okay. Yeah. Dr. Lewis. Yeah.
Dr. Lewis, good friend of mine. He came on my show once before. Hold on there. Somebody always call me. Dr. Lewis was telling me how at one time, well, he just said at one time, you just confirmed what he said already. Compton College will do everything but wake your ass up in the morning and bring you to school. Okay. That was what I said. He didn't say that. I said that. All the benefits, bus passes, meal passes, book passes, computers, whatever you need to get to make to take all the excuses out of getting education. They eliminated only thing they don't do is wake your ass up in the morning. Okay, that's me saying that. That ain't him. Don't get in trouble. But when I heard this, man, I'm like, what? And then I heard some other things from some local fellas. And if I get on the bus, man, and I roll through the wrong hood, I might run into some ops.
Okay.
I'm so tired of hearing that. I'm so tired of that being a excuse or justification for not bettering yourself. I was thinking most of the time your ops ain't gonna be on the bus. This ain't the Straight Outta Compton movie. If you sit your ass on the bus, let the ops get on the bus with your ass, or just out there, I don't know. I don't know the situation. I can't think like that. Anyway, I would think it's worth the risk, and maybe, man, we ought to find a way to make going to school for anybody a no-fly zone, man. We don't need that. If we have a situation that can enhance people's lives, I think it's only fair that we give them a chance to do it, because maybe you can enhance your life by not shooting them.
Right. And that's the thing, man. Here at Compton and other colleges that I've been at, you have students that have, come from those backgrounds, you know what I'm saying, been involved or affiliated with that life, and is trying to find a way to do something different, right? And so that's why we here, to make sure that process is as seamless as possible. I know people gotta figure out what shows they in and things like that when they on the bus or things like that. But really, when you get to the campus, is really none of that. Like, I'm not sure what people's perception of the school might be out there, but when you get on the campus, nobody is trying to interrupt you, getting your education. So, I done been here about a year and a half. There ain't been no fights, no kind of attraction, none of that. People are here to do work, and make a better life for themselves and for their families. And so, I think it's on the community, right? And I think that's one of the things that's beautiful about community college, is that the community can uplift the college, right? Because the school is designed for the community. This is not something that's out of reach or something that's not approachable or not available, right? We're here in open access for everybody. And we're here to help people get to their next spot. So, their next destination, whether that be a better paying job after they get a certificate, or, moving on to a 4-year university to get their bachelor's and, master's and things like that. But really, we're here to receive them and let them know that this ain't that type of party. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to check that at the door, because, you're trying to get your education here, man. So everybody that's here is about that for sure.
Doc, I'm going to say something. I say this all the time, but I tell people before I say it, I'm letting you know, what I'm about to say gonna make me sound sound out of my goddamn mind. Excuse me. I sound absolutely crazy, okay? But I got this vision, man. It's one of the Martin Luther King type visions.
Okay, talk to me. What's up?
We can take the violence out of gangbanging, make them like hood fraternities, and instead of having the pride in walking the yard at a state prison, have pride in how many homies walking the stages at state colleges.
All right.
Okay. Redesign the mission statement and just, hey, man, we trying to do something different over here. These Bloods, these Crips over here, we trying to get homies in school. We're going to send homies up, and the school is a no-fly zone, okay? Ain't no fighting, ain't no shooting, and we're going to eliminate this killing completely, because all it does is make the hood bad. It don't resolve nothing, man. Right. The people that suffer the most are not the ones that are getting shot. There's everybody around them, the ones that they miss.
Right.
When that situation happened over at that school the other day, man, in front of that after school program, shut it down, man.
Okay. He shut it down, right?
You can't afford to have kids getting shot because two fools decide they want to play cowboys and Indians across the street from each other, knowing doggone well you can't shoot that well, and bullets don't stop when they miss your op. They don't stop. They don't. I missed to do it. Me lay down. No, they keep going. So thank God nobody was hurt, man. But I just think it would be a hell of a blessing for everybody involved Keep your hood affiliation, man. Just redirect your mission statement to stop killing each other and maybe enhancing each other's lives instead, man. I know I sound like a preacher. I know I sound like Martin Luther King. I know I sound crazy to some folks, but you never know. I'm one of the few brothers that know a little skinny kid that turned into a billionaire. I done seen all kinds of shit. So
Right.
you can't tell me what God won't do.
Right.
You
Right.
can't tell me what God won't do. Okay. I know a little skinny kid that was 17 years old, most irresponsible kid I know, turned into a billionaire. Okay, so there. You talking to somebody who's seen miracles before, man. So anyway, man, what do you do at Compton College?
Yeah, most definitely, man. First, I want to back up and definitely validate that vision that you was talking about, man. I think one of my student assistants here, he was talking about the reality of being in the streets and things like that. Um, and why he saw school as an alternative to that, right? He was like, there's parallels between like the streets and like athletics, right? He was like, only a few gonna make it. The other ones they bust or they
Right,
go to
right.
jail, or they end up no longer with us and things like that. And he was like, I had to do something different. He had a family, and he was like, I got to do something different. He knew that education was a way. You know what I'm saying? But essentially, what I do here, Lonzo, is I serve as the director for the Black and Males of Color Success Initiative. This was something that was started by Dr. Curry. He started to fight for this initiative to come on campus probably about 2.5 years ago. What he saw was the fact that two particular populations were having continuously declining metrics, right, as it pertains to being enrolled at the school. So continuous decline in enrollment, and then having success in their courses, and then matriculating to their educational goals. So this was Black students, right, both inclusive of men, women, and everybody in that community, but also males of color. So that was inclusive of Black men, Latino men, Southeast Asian men, Native and Pacific Islander men. And so he wanted to bring something to campus where he had somebody who was at the table having those conversations with folks across the campus. At a lot of community colleges across the state, there are programs that serve the students, but they kind of sit like in a silo, right? And with this position, essentially what I'm doing is I have a seat at the table for a lot of the conversations and how it impacts Black students and how it impacts males of color differently than it might impact everybody else on the campus, right? And making sure that there's different considerations and, if need be, different allowances in order to make it more accessible for those respective groups. So this is everything from admissions to financial aid to counseling, to the resources that are given. And then we also do a lot of programming that's related to just the success of the students, but also helping them build community here. So, oftentimes, a lot of the students might be the first one in their family or, the first one in their community that's deciding to make that step to go to college. And so it can be scary not knowing how to navigate it, not knowing, which classes to take and things like that. But we're here to really help them build a community, but also to help them learn about themselves, right? In K-12, when I was in K-12, I don't know about when you was in K-12, but when I was in K-12, when it came to Black history, we really learned about the big three, right? Martin Luther King,
Malcolm.
Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, right? That was what I learned about, right? And besides that, I was taught that our history really started as slavery, right? One of the big things that I'm about is knowledge of self and teaching our students about who they are and where we came from prior to even getting here to the United States, right? And the power and things like that we derive from as a people. And so that's a really big part of our program is just teaching us about the strength that we come from, the civilizations that we built, the technology that we developed, the things that we created that modern civilization runs on is from us, right? And so if we're able to do that, I know we can make it through a community college or through a college, journey. And it's really just about helping the students tap into that knowledge of self and that power of self and that power of community in order to power their way through. So that's really what I've been tasked with here at Compton College.
But, bro, you got you have what they call job security. Okay, you have job security. You got a job ahead of you. Okay,
Yes, sir.
you've been there for a year and a half. Your name came up in conversations before with me and Dr. Lewis, and I was glad to meet you on Monday before last at the MLK breakfast. Um, when I walked the campus,
Yeah.
I've been on and around Compton College for years, doing events there, in the gym and the cafeteria, whatever they call that little room over there we were at, and I've seen the improvement of the campus over the years. And one thing I'm learning as you start seeing improvement, it improves your attitude. Okay,
Yeah.
and you don't have to go to some old classroom or old work. It's cool. It makes you feel a lot like somebody care. Okay,
Right. Right.
and I'm on a committee right now with the city, and some of those things we're addressing for the city itself is just that when you see new and improved, it gives you a new and improved attitude. Okay,
Absolutely.
and it makes you think you're going somewhere that somebody gives a damn about, and that right there is a big improvement. And I got to take my hat off to Dr. Curry for helping make that happen.
Right. That like that curb appeal. Like when you talk about houses, like that curb appeal. That same thing applies to colleges, man. You want to go somewhere where you feel welcome, like a place of learning, And so I think he's done a lot of the work internally with building staffs up that really care about the students, and it's time for the external, right? Those buildings to reflect that, right? That same care and concern that we have. That can be communicated by the buildings, right? So, those new buildings that he's putting up are going to be, big welcoming spaces for students, you know what I'm saying? Saying that you are just as deserving of the latest and greatest as any other students across the state or across the nation. So, I think when the students start to see those spaces, we got a sneak peek of the student services building a couple of weeks ago. I think when they see that building, they go say, you know what, this is a place that I want to kick it in between classes, you know what I'm saying, build that community as opposed to just going straight home and things like that. So the more we continue to build is one of those things, like if you build it, they will come. I'm hoping that's true because we're doing a lot of building. We just need more folks to come through and get the education for sure.
You know what? Here at the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce and the Compton Chronicles, we got you back 110%. Whatever we can do, we got to do some more interviews.
Okay.
Help promote some stuff. Please let us know, man, because I saw it. I got a son. Unfortunately, he just enrolled in El Camino. I was trying to get him. He got to go someplace. Okay.
Come on, man.
I'm trying. He got to go someplace. He chose. He was going to Santa Monica.
Okay.
Dude, that's too damn far. Okay.
Okay.
And he said he got some friends go to Elko. I said, all right, we're gonna give it a semester, but he may have to. We may have to make some adjustments. We're gonna see. Okay. I'm gonna introduce him to you. I'm gonna bring him up there. I'm gonna bring him up to the school, man, because he's a musician. He's a hell of a drummer. He's been playing drums since he was in since elementary school, actually. And he led the band at Carver City High School. And I would love to see him continue, do that someplace else for the time being till he finds his way. Because everybody, he's 20 years old, so it takes a minute for you to figure out what you want to do. I understand that. Okay. I understand it. So, I'm going to let him do a thing for a minute, but if I'm going to put my foot in his ass, I'm going to drag him down there.
Hey, you know what? Even if he decides to continue to go to El Camino, man, please bring him down just so he has a network of support, you know what I'm saying, and the educational experience. Let us get connected to him. So, even if he decides to go and stay at El Camino, there's people that he has in his back pocket that he can call when it comes to just navigating higher education. We still got him, man. Okay. My thing is making sure Black students and, males of color and all students, are successful. But of course, I have a special, place in my heart for students that, come from the same backgrounds as me, so I got them. Just get them down here to connect them.
You got it. Like I tell anybody, just because I'm pro me, don't make me anti you. Don't
exactly.
Do it.
Exactly.
I got to be pro me. Who else? If I ain't pro me, who else supposed to be pro me? But that don't make me anti you. Okay, exactly. So I get that. I get that 110%. Anything you want to share with before we wrap up?
No, man, just really to let the city of Compton know that Compton College is here. We're steadily growing, steadily improving our services and the just a wide array of resources that we have for students. I was just in a meeting where we're having an issue where we can't get rid of the funding that we have for students, because there's a base allotment that we could give to each student, but we are
Wait. You telling me you got too much money? You telling me you trying to be sophisticated? You telling me you got too much money? You got money
I'm
to
telling
get
you, we not now we got too much money, but we got enough to give more out to people, right? To make sure that they get through. So, like you said, the computers, the food cards, the gas cards, the bus passes, free lunch here every day at Compton College through every table. No tuition, free books. There are more than enough resources for students to get started on that path. And I know a lot of people, a lot of younger people especially, are on a new kick of being their own boss or being an entrepreneur, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that. But why don't you get some other courses, some traditional education to back that, and supplement that while you building your business or while you building your brand. That's especially for the younger folk and things like that. But just know that there are people here at Compton College that care about your success, that are committed to your success, and will see you from the day that you step on campus until you graduate. Make sure that they're there with you side by side with you, man.
man. You know what? I'm glad to hear that, and I'm gonna say this from a personal experience. Back in the day, I went to Elko for a few semesters, and that's where I got my business basics from. Okay,
Right.
got my
Right.
business basics.
All right.
Didn't plan on being a boss, but I had boss tendencies as a kid, and I ain't had my last job was 1979, dude. I've always been able to do my thing, never sold no dope. But once you
Right.
understand the basics of business, you can apply it anywhere, whether it be DJing, running a nightclub, whether you doing podcasts, whatever the case may be. You can be
Right.
applied. Now things have changed a lot,
Right.
how those messages are delivered, but it's still the same message.
The
So
more they change, the more they stay the same. And like you said, right, just getting some of those foundational pieces, right?
Yep.
There's so much knowledge and people here that can help you while you're trying to figure that out. So if you haven't quite figured it out yet, come and get you some fundamentals and help you build that business, or build your brand or build whatever endeavor. We're here to help. Like we said, this is a community college, and we're about improving the life trajectories and the life, just the quality of life for people in the community. So that doesn't necessarily mean a degree for everybody, right? But just maybe a few classes so you can get a promotion at the job that you're at, or whatever the case may be, a couple of classes for a certificate or things like that. There's all different opportunities, but education can never hurt you. It can never hurt you. And just know that we're here.
now, you guys even have a daycare center on campus, correct?
Yes, sir. If you're
Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
You got daycare center. You give free lunch, free tuition, free ticket, free books,
That's right.
gas passes,
Computers.
computers,
Yep. Hotspots.
hotspots. I'm
Yep.
how old you got to be in this role? I'm like, come on,
There's, there's no age limit. There's no
What?
age limit.
Oh, wait. We about to stay on for a couple more minutes. Hold on, man. Hold on. So wait. I'm thinking now. I forget that community college is just that community. Okay, so you don't have to be 18 years old to enroll at Compton College and take advantage of some of the same benefits.
No, if you're under 18, you just need parental or guardian consent
Okay.
to take the courses. If you are, if you don't have your GED or whatever the case may be, there are classes to help you get up to speed and things like that. We're an open access college. We just want people to get educated to improve their life outcomes, so we'll find a way.
If you didn't graduate high school, you still can go to college. That's what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
That's probably one of them misunderstandings that people think. Oh, I didn't graduate high school. I'm gonna go to college. No, we're gonna help you get your diploma or your GED. That's how
Right.
you're gonna go to college.
Right. We
Man.
get you your GED en route to doing whatever you want to do after that. It's never too late for any student anybody out there. It's never too late.
All the excuses have been removed. Compton has removed all excuses for of not continuing your higher education or just your basic education or just something that you need to learn so you can do what you want to do the right way. Okay, all the excuses have been removed. If you can't get it that way, I don't know. I can't. I don't tell you. I
That's
can't wake up in the morning. Too many of y'all. Somebody got to get your ass up, head toward Artesia, and you'll be all right.
we got you. We got you. As soon as you hit 1111 East Artesia Boulevard, we got you from there. Just come down and see us, man.
How is your sports teams?
My what? Our sports teams? They good, man.
Yeah.
Good. They everybody needs a little bit of work, but they focused on both, right? We really emphasize both sides, the student athlete part, but also the scholar part. So our students are scholar athletes, so we focus on the scholarship as much as the athletics. But they doing all right. I think I know the basketball team is in session right now. Baseball is coming back on board, but they solid though.
Okay, fantastic, Doc. My guest today, my man straight out of Compton College, Dr. Antonio Banks. Much love to you, Doc. Thank you for coming on, man. I'm glad to see you doing it.
Most definitely. We'll be in touch soon, man.
Anything you want to share? Any other departments got something they want to share? Got my number. Give me a call. Let's make it happen.
All right. I'll let them know, man.
All right.
All right. Now,
who the godfather of West Coast hip hop and the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce. You just watched my man Antonio Banks, Dr. Antonio Banks from Compton College, drop you all the knowledge on Compton College and how you can further your education at little to no cost. All you got to invest is some time. I think that's a pretty good deal. Till next time, folks. See y'all later. See y'all in the street. See you at the shopping center. See you at the swap meet. See you at Walmart. Peace.